So let's have a look at a couple of quick lighting examples done with the Luxley Timbani 1x1 RGB AW panel. We're also going to compare it against its nearest competitor, the Lupo Super Panel Full Color 30. Both of these are new entrants in the RGB market. So first up here, you're going to see the Luxley here in a basic sort of interview scenario. This is shot with the Kinefinity Mavo in 6K. Downscaled to 4K, and here we've just got the Luxley as the key light, and we're using a Lupo as the backlight, and we've just got a bit of polyboard on the right hand side there providing fill, and you can see the color reproduction and the quality of the light really nice on the Luxley. Now here is the Lupo Super Panel Full Color 30. Now you can see the intensity on this one is 63%, and I also had to have ND 1.2 filter being used, and on the Luxley it was only 0.9 because the Lupo is a lot brighter than the Luxley. So you can see the difference between the two lights, both of them producing nice skin tones and a nice sort of flattering soft lighting source. Both of these fixtures are being used with a egg crate and a softbox in the case of the Luxley. Now this is what you would get if you had the ND as I did at 1.2 and compare it directly against the same settings I had on the Lupo. It's just to show you, just how much more output the Lupo has than the Luxley. This is the Luxley at 100%. You can see the difference. So just to show that difference more clearly, here is both of those lights head to head at the exact same settings with 1.2 ND being used, and the Lupo was only at 63%, the Luxley at 100%, and you can see there's quite a significant difference in the terms of output between both of these fixtures. And now we can show you a split screen where I'm using the 0.9 ND to shoot with the Luxley and 1.2 with the Lupo. The Luxley is using a softbox and the Lupo is just using an egg crate, so you can see that the Luxley is going to produce a slightly softer light in this scenario, but you really need to use a softbox with the Luxley because it doesn't have a heavily diffused panel like the Lupo. So here's the Luxley now. This is just another test. We're turning the lights off, just turning it on. This is full bore with no softbox or anything in front. We're just going to see the beam spread and how much illumination we can fill a room here with the single 1x1 panel, in this case being the Luxley Timbani. Timbani's only got a 70-something degree beam spread, and now we're going to have a look at the Lupo. This is a more powerful light with 115 degree beam spread, so it can light up larger areas. As you can see, it's a little bit brighter, but both lights were doing a pretty good job. Here we can see a side-by-side comparison with both of those lights. So we've got the Super Panel at the top and the Luxley at the bottom, and you can see both of them fairly similar. The Lupo's probably got a little bit more throw in terms of getting more light on the background, and the wider beam spread is also going to help. So here's the Luxley now, and all we're going to do this time is we're just bouncing it straight up into the ceiling here, just to see how much light we can produce from this 1x1 panel. And you can see it's still fairly dark, but it is providing a reasonable amount of illumination. Now we'll do the same thing again with the Lupo Super Panel, and you can see there's a lot more illumination here with the Super Panel because it can spread the light over a larger area, and it's also quite a lot brighter, so it's better used in a scenario like this where you want to indirectly light something by bouncing it into a wall or a ceiling. Once again, we'll just do the side-by-side comparison here with both of them bounced into the roof, and you can see the Lupo is clearly a lot brighter in terms of being able to put more illumination into our room here with this indirect bouncing of the light. So now let's have a look at some of the RGB and effects on here. This is just using the color palette to change the light around, in this case making it blue, and we're going to have some orange and also show some effects. Here it is here, sort of a really orange type sort of look. I'm not going to talk over all this, I'll just let it go, and you can see the various different effects and sort of what you can create with an RGB light.